The airline industry is historically the worst business in the world. As Warren Buffett once famously said, a capitalist at Kitty Hawk should have shot down the Wright brothers to save future investors from losing money. Nowhere is this truer than in Southeast Asia. This region is an aviation graveyard. Garuda, Indonesia, drowning in $9 billion of debt and barely escaping bankruptcy. Thai Airways, forced into rehabilitation in 2020. Malaysia Airlines, delisted and nationalized after years of billion-dollar losses. But in the middle of this carnage, there is one anomaly, one airline that defies the gravity of the industry: Singapore Airlines. While its neighbors fight for survival, the SIA Group recently posted the highest net profit in its 76-year history. How is this possible? How does an airline from a tiny island nation with 0 domestic flights dominate a region of 600 million people? The answer isn't just great service. It is a story of ruthless efficiency, financial discipline, and a business model that is misunderstood by almost everyone. Welcome to Sea Insider Stories. Today, we decode the airline paradox. To understand Singapore Airlines' success, we first have to understand why its competitors fail. The root cause is the national carrier curse. In Southeast Asia, flag carriers are often treated as extensions of the government, not businesses. They are forced to fly unprofitable routes for political reasons. They are bloated with unions that make firing impossible. And all too often, they are victims of massive corruption in aircraft procurement. Singapore Airlines is different. Yes, it is majority owned by Temasek, the state investment firm. But make no mistake, the government does not run the airline. The founding father of Singapore, Lee Kuan Yew, set the tone decades ago. During a pilot strike in 1980, he famously told the union,
"By every means at my disposal, teach you and get the people of Singapore, help me teach you a lesson you won't forget. And I'm prepared to start all over again. Or stop it."
There is no safety net, no freedom. This do-or-die mentality is the DNA of the company. While Garuda and Thai Airways rely on endless government bailouts, Singapore Airlines operates with the paranoia of a private company that knows it could die tomorrow. The true test of this model came in 2020, COVID-19. The year aviation died, while Thai Airways and Garuda froze in panic, waiting for government aid that came too slow. Singapore Airlines moved with lightning speed. Within the first few weeks of the pandemic, they raised 15 billion Singapore dollars through a massive rights issue backed by Temasek and investors. They built a war chest of cash while their competitors were bleeding dry. This liquidity allowed them to do 3 things others couldn't. 1, they kept their digital infrastructure running. 2, they retained their core talents. And 3, when borders reopened, they were the first to take off. While other airlines were scrambling to de-mothball their old planes and hire back staff, Singapore Airlines was already deployed, capturing the massive surge in revenge travel demands. They won the recovery because they prepared for the worst. Most people think Singapore Airlines makes money because their tickets are expensive. They assume high prices equal high margins. This is the premium illusion. The truth is, SIA is a cost leader in disguise. Their secret weapon is their fleet strategy. If you look at the tarmac, you will notice something specific. Singapore Airlines planes are incredibly young, averaging just 6 to 7 years old. Compare that to competitors flying planes that are 15 or 20 years old. Why does this matter? Because new planes are fuel efficient, and in the airline business, fuel is your biggest cost. By constantly refreshing their fleet, SIA keeps maintenance costs low and fuel efficiency high. They fly the plane during its warranty period and then sell it on the second-hand market to other airlines before the heavy maintenance bills kick in. They aren't just flying planes, they are trading assets. Furthermore, they don't just rely on premium passengers. The SIA Group aggressively uses a dual-brand strategy. They have Singapore Airlines for the rich and Scoot for the budget traveler. While legacy carriers struggle to fight off low-cost carriers like AirAsia, Singapore Airlines simply built their own predator. Scoot allows them to capture the exploding budget market without diluting the premium brand. It is a perfect defensive moat. Finally, investors need to look under the hood. The SIA Group is not just selling seats. They are a diversified aviation conglomerate. They own SIA Engineering Company, which repairs and maintains aircraft for other airlines. This is a high-margin technical business. They have a massive cargo division, which became a lifeline during the pandemic when passenger flights stopped. And they have KrisFlyer. Loyalty programs are essentially unregulated banks. By selling miles to credit card companies and banks, they generate a steady stream of high-margin cash flow that has nothing to do with flying planes. So, what is the lesson here? Singapore Airlines proves that a state-owned enterprise can win, but only if it is run with the ruthlessness of the private sector. They stripped away politics, obsessed over efficiency, and diversified their income. In a region full of flying dinosaurs, they are the only ones who evolved. As investors look at the recovering travel sector in Southeast Asia, the question isn't who is flying. The question is, who is actually making money? The answer, paradoxically, is the one airline that acts like it has no money at all. What do you think? Can other national carriers in Southeast Asia ever copy this model? Or is it unique to Singapore? Let us know in the comments below.